Secretary Rick Perry. It's great to see you, sir. What do you make of that answer from the White House press secretary? She's basically saying, well, we want this illegitimate regime to bring real elections back, so we'll kind of bribe them with sanctions relief and get some of their oil.
Well, that's been going on down there for a long time. So you're going to get more of what you incentivize, whether it's with taxes or with good things. And that's what you can expect in Venezuela. Listen, we've been trying to change the way they do business down there for a long time. And, Chavez and now Maduro, it's fine to say, listen, when you change, call us, then we'll talk about whether or not we want you to be doing business with us again. But well before that, and I suggest to you that, Jesus may come back before they get the changes down in Venezuela that really make a difference. But here at home is where this administration needs to be focusing, stopping the XL pipeline, taking lands away from, the federal lands that we could thoughtfully and environmentally soundly produce. This administration is sending messages that we're going to stop offshore drilling to the degree that we have been. There's a lot of different messages out there. We ought to be working diligently to build those LNG export facilities on the Gulf Coast of the United States. It's my understanding that permits are being stopped now to build those. And my point with that is, if you really want to affect the climate, if you think the climate is this existential threat, then you need to have American clean burning natural gas being proliferated all across the globe to places like China and India, where they're building these old, well, not old, but these inefficient coal-powered plants and spewing those emissions into the air. So this is really not rocket science, so to speak. Yep. It's common sense. And if you want to affect the climate in a positive way, there's two ways. You proliferate American natural gas, and you invest in small modular reactors that are zero emissions.
Thank you. That's why our per capita emissions had fallen to the lowest level since 1950. Yep. And coal consumption, actually, because of China, is at the highest level ever. Oh, but here's the latest, Governor, from Politico, the latest attempt to carry water for Biden and company, or carry oil. Here's the headline. The U.S. is pumping oil faster than ever. Republicans don't care. GOP presidential candidates are blaming pump prices on President Joe Biden's clean energy policies, even though the U.S. is churning out record amounts of oil. And this has been passed around by every imaginable big media chattering class hack online. And I will let you speak to this. It is true. The forecast for oil production this year, it's gone up, expected to hit a record this year and next year. But like in the Gulf of Mexico, these are wells that were drilled, infrastructure put in place 5 to 10 years ago. So that's why this was plans laid years ago. But please explain to these numbskulls how the energy business works.
Well, these wells have depletions. They come online, make prolific amounts of either gas or oil, and then they start dropping off. And some of them drop off in a hurry. And you've got to keep that drilling program going so that you can keep the supply out there. And that's where the message from this administration is that we don't like fossil fuels. We're going to make it hard on you. We're going to tax you. We're going to regulate you. We're going to litigate you. That's the message out of this administration. We need to have people who understand that energy is the core to the economy. It touches everything. You had some folks on a little earlier talking about the cost of food, the cost of living, and these are middle Americans that are really hurting because of the policies of this administration. And they all go back to the war on fossil fuels. This president himself, you got clips of him out in the western part of the United States talking about, I'm going to do everything I can to stop drilling. on federal lands. Clearly,
Campaign
they
promise.
don't care about fossil fuels in any positive ways.
And the fact that we're producing more oil, the White House doesn't want to talk about it. The Politico story said they don't want to say it publicly because they don't want to tick off the left flank of their party. So that's interesting. Governor, before you go, just very quickly, your reaction to this story on the border crisis. We've seen the governor here in New York, Kathy Hochul, trying to blame the whole problem on your state of Texas, saying it all began when Governor Abbott started busing some of the migrants here. Seems like she's missing some of the root causes, if you will, that arrive and are fueling this well before migrants cross over into your state.
Yeah. This issue's been going on for a long time. It started in about 2012 under the Obama administration. I met face to face with the president and explained to him that we needed to have substantial border security to stop this flow. We've never seen that except for the 4 years that Donald Trump was the president of the United States, and we saw the slowing down substantially of that. The Mexicans got the message, the administration there. You can use diplomacy, you can use border security, you can substantially stop that flow of illegals, and I might add that flow of fentanyl that's coming in and killing literally thousands of Americans. But it's going to take an administration that really wants to do it. God bless Greg Abbott, from my perspective, for the work that he's doing to try to stop that, but also letting those folks in New York and California know, hey, here's what your president's policies are doing. Enjoy a little bit of this that we've been putting up with for the last 13 years.
Governor Rick Perry, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you, sir. Always.